Well, hello and welcome to our front yard garden in the South Carolina upstate. It's March 14th, 2025. Nice day. Kind of a hazy blue sky. Very pleasant. It's probably around 60 degrees right now. No breeze or anything. Just a perfect spring day. Makes you really feel like going out and walking around the garden and looking at daffodils and hyacinths, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're starting off in our mailbox bed as we usually do. A couple hyacinths here, and there's not a lot of change from last week. A couple things that have finished up. These daffodils are kind of done now, except for the one that's still blooming. But what we're also seeing here, a lot of our clematis, even though you can't really see them all that well, they're really starting to leaf out now. We were just starting to see that last week, and I'm seeing more of it now. And a lot of it up here on the top of the mailbox bed. These are Giacomini, so these are going to have bright purple flowers. Probably in another few weeks, maybe around early April. And I think that's about it for right now. Certainly we have some tulips coming up, a few irises coming up, but nothing really to look at this point. We're going to come up to our little corner bed here, and we're kind of like last week. We have some of our little creeping phlox here. These are just starting, so they're really going to get going in the next few weeks, and then they should probably finish up around the end of April. This is our miniature knockout rose. It'll have very small red roses on it when it starts to bloom. But right now it's looking really healthy. I wasn't sure how it was going to come back. It was looking kind of sad towards the end of last year, but it really looks good right now. So hopefully that'll be we'll have a banner year for that. Over here, again, not a lot yet going on. Some tulips. Over here, we have our one remaining pansy that came up from last year, and a couple dianthus just sort of hanging out here. These will get a lot more, when I say prolific, a little bit later on, but not quite yet. Our biggest climbing rose in the front, at least, is doing really well. Lots of leaves, so should start to get some nice red roses on that before too long. We've got clematis over here that are really taking off, so hopefully we'll have flowers in another couple of weeks. It looks like we're well on the way to that. And then we have these climbing roses here. Not sure what kind of a year we'll have with these. They're very hard to predict. They've kind of outgrown the trellis that we have them on, and there's really nothing else for them to hang on to on the brick there. So they have not given us a ton of flowers, but maybe this will be a different year. We'll see. And then we haven't done our spring cleanup, so we still have a lot of waste from last year. These black-eyed Susans still hanging out here. We need to get all those out of here. Dahlias from last year, a lot of things. But amongst all that are these hyacinths doing really well. They look great. We did have one single crocus here a couple weeks ago. That's long gone. We do have one single grape hyacinth here. Those don't usually do a lot in this part of the yard, but that one at least is doing well. We have a few others that I'll show you shortly. And then we've got a couple lemons here. My orange tree, I've just kind of given up on it. It didn't do well over the winter. We had such a cold winter, it just was not ideal. Same thing with the lemon. These had done well for a few years, but they never really did anything in terms of flowers and so forth. So they're not necessarily worth the effort. It does require a fair amount of effort to keep them happy. Here we've got some lilies starting to come up. Jenny just put those in our first episode of the season back in February, just about 4 weeks ago. We have some gladiolas here, some more tulips, hyacinths, some hyacinths already finishing up. And then these daffodils were the first to bloom back in late January, and they're done. And we've got our recurring snapdragons. No flower buds yet, but we'll see what happens. This is their 4th year. Sometimes they start to wither after a few years. Sometimes they don't, but we'll see what happens. And then over here in this corner, we have our viburnum. These should give us some really beautiful white flowers. Another month or so probably. And then mixed in with those are azaleas. And then hydrangeas here. So this will be kind of a mid to late spring bed, and then certainly a lot of irises, and we have some daylilies and some more irises coming up over here, and certainly hostas later on. So there will be a lot going on here. And we've got our butterfly bush. We'll see what that does. I cut it way back this year, but there's certainly a lot of growth on it, so hopefully we'll get some nice flowers later on. And our knockout roses look to be doing pretty well, getting lots and lots of leaves on them, so hopefully we'll have some nice red flowers probably about somewhere around May 1st. This is usually when they peak. So lots to look forward to moving forward here. And then we'll show you the rest of the grape hyacinths. Just had that one little one over in front of the house, but here got a whole forest of them. So these are cute little things. They don't last terribly long, but they're kind of a fun little spring flower that we enjoy seeing. And then these compounded daffodils here, absolutely beautiful, kind of delicate, kind of a mid-spring daffodil. We have some daffodils that you know, are out early in the year and already finished up, and then others that don't come out until March or even early April. So we should have a fair number of those for quite a while yet. Got a climbing rose over here. This usually gives us some really pretty peach flowers when the time comes. Then we've got some more knockout roses, lots of daylilies over in here, some scattered dianthus, and of course a few more hyacinths. It's always fun to watch this progression in the spring, because you don't, early spring at least, you don't get a lot of flowers, but the ones that you do get come and go fairly quickly. So you have to really be watching closely to see what they're going to do at any given time. On this side, we did something a little different. We put in some gladiolas this year. They're just starting to come up now. They don't get as much sun over on this side of the bed, so that might be delaying them a little bit. But we've got some work to do. As I say, we haven't done our spring cleanup yet, so it's looking a little sloppy there, but it's definitely full of a garden full of promise. So we're gonna get out here at some point, probably in another couple of weeks, when the weather is consistently a little warmer, and start to work on that. So that's our front yard. We're going to do a quick backyard video here in just a minute, and we'll be set for another week. So wherever you are, I hope it's sunny, and happy gardening.